Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in West Virginia, and today we're doing a bonus video because I just couldn't wait to show this car to you guys. I was going to wait and unveil it on Friday when we did our Free It Friday, but I figured I would go ahead and do a Dukes of Hazzards video today with a couple of Greenlight Hazzard vehicles I have gotten, and we're going to unbox them, and I'm going to show you my custom General Lee. I used a Greenlight casting. It's actually the Goodyear 1969 Dodge Charger. And this car is still wearing the original paint from Greenlight. That was the one thing I was looking for. One that was an orange color that I could work with and be able to maintain like the front end and rear end detail, because Greenlight does a lot of stuff very nice on their castings of the Dodge Charger, like the lights, the bumpers, the grille, all of that looks very good. And also under the hood they do correctly, like if the car is orange, the inner fenders and firewall are done in orange, just like the one-to-one MOPARs were originally. So I wanted to keep that detail that they have without having to like take too much off or repaint the whole car. So this is the car right here. So this thing here, it took me about a week and a half to do, maybe 2 weeks, because I had to wait for the decals to get here. Now the decals did not come out as well as I had thought they would. There are some like rough edges. I do have more flags. I may redo this top one, but as you can see, there's a little piece out of the edge of the flag here, and then I don't know why it's discolored on the edge here, but I know that they make these decals a little big, so I trimmed it down as much as I could, and I figured it would be good, and it does look good enough for me, honestly. But I may give it another shot because I do have, I think, 3 or 4 more of them. And then the 01, as you can see, same thing. The edges kind of discolored when you start cutting into the orange backing of these tampos. I don't know why, it just kind of pulls the color off. I'm going to get another pair of scissors that are very sharp, or an X-Acto knife, and try to trim them out. And that may save the edge from coming out like that. I know the edge is a little bit uneven, as you can see, but I really didn't care too much about that. I care more about the orange being gone. Like, it's just kind of miscolored there. But overall, though, it does not look bad. Now, this car originally had a white vinyl top and a white tail stripe and white fender louver like outlines, or pinstripes, and it had the Hemi badge over or here between the door vent. I don't know what to even call those, scallops basically on the doors of the Charger. But anyways, the acetone, well, probably not acetone is the right term, the nail polish remover that I get from Dollar General did great. It removed all of the tampos. It was a little bit hard around the roof. The trim around the windows does come off for the most part when doing this, and the body line, not really body line, but the mold line, the casting line where they make the mold, where it's seamed together, you have this line and the casting on all of them on the B pillar, and all companies have this, like even the Hot Wheels one, the Johnny Lightning one, they all have some kind of line somewhere on one of their B pillars. And this one, when I was taking the tampo off, it kind of went down to almost a bare metal. As you can see, I just went over it with a red fine tip marker to try to hide it a little bit. You can see it some, so it's not perfect, but it worked out somewhat okay. And then I took a really small precision brush I got from Hobby Lobby and used silver tester's paint to retrim the windows, and then in some spots I even used a silver Sharpie. This trim piece above the windshield, it got a little bit out of hand. That one would be probably one to redo because it went on the edge of the roof, as you can see there. That's why the top trim looks so thick, but it's not too bad. And then the front end, this brush guard is a brush guard off of an M2 square body dually. What I did is I trimmed the headlight bars off of it that protect the headlights, and then I trimmed one of the upper bars off and just made it to fit, and it worked out okay. It's a little bit bigger than the original Dukes of Hazzard's car had, but hey, it's not too bad. The wheels are also M2s. These come with either Dodge truck model kits or square body trucks. And they've even been on a couple of the square body syndicate releases. But there's two sets of wheels here, meaning that these wheels come in a staggered set. The front ones are a little narrower than the rear ones, and the diameter is a little bit bigger on the rear ones than the front. So I wanted everything to match. So these are 4 front wheels, and then the centers I detailed with a flat black paint with a really small brush, and then just took my thumb and rubbed the center off again after I painted it, which is fairly easy because it's right there and you can just rub it lightly and it'll come right off for you. And yeah, so it turned out pretty good with that. Some of the door handles, as you can see, probably could use touched up a little more. But overall, I'm happy with it. The interior was originally black. I got some of the crafting paints from Walmart and painted it. This is I forget what color they call it, but it's flat paints. They have a lot of them for like 60 cents a bottle. They're good for like all crafts materials like wood, plaster, plastic, metal, it says. So the interior's plastic, so it worked out okay. And then underneath, as you can see, I have not reattached the base. It's just kind of stuck on there. I have not drilled out and tapped the holes for screws or rivets yet. What I did do is I took the flat black paint and painted the base. That's also some paint from Walmart. I had to touch up the leaf springs. They got some silver on them when I was doing the gas tank and exhaust. And then the bottom of the engine was covered with the tag that gives you the number. This was number 922 of those Goodyear 69 Chargers. And I just painted it. Well, not even painted it. I took an orange Sharpie and colored the bottom of the engine there and that sticker to give it more detail, and then use a silver Sharpie to detail the exhaust. And as I said, we have to touch up the leaf springs back there. And overall, I mean, I think it turned out really good considering. And as I was telling you before, under the hood is really nice because of the Greenlight detail. The engine is a little small, but overall it looks really good. Yeah, so I'm really happy with the way it did come out. As I said, there's some flaws on the decals, the way they did get applied. Since I had to cut them down a little more than I expected, it kind of made the edges look a little bit, I don't know, kind of weathered a little. It looks like maybe General Lee from the 80s and it's never been restored or something like that. But overall, yeah, it turned out great. And what I was mentioning before is the awesome detail that Greenlight does on their grills. As you can see, the Charger RT logo, how well the grill is painted. There was a couple areas where, as you can see, I got a little bit of the black paint off the grill and a little bit of the silver out there that needs touched up from when I was using the nail polish remover. And then as you can see, the beautiful tail light detail they have. And you can also see that the plate, actually I got part of it rubbed off from the nail polish remover because it was soaking the car trying to get it all the stuff off that was white. So another thing that I did end up having to remove on the rear part, the marker lights are in the tail stripe, so they came off. So I took the front marker lights off too to just make it match. There are some tampo kits out there for the General Lee that they actually give you marker lights, but that's going to be really hard to apply, but I may try that someday. This is my first attempt on the General Lee Custom. I may do another one. There's actually another Charger that's in orange, and it's a lighter orange, a little bit closer to the General Lee, because this is more of a Hemi orange, Tor red, but that's my favorite orange color. I will have to say that I prefer this orange, but there is an orange Charger that is a Brazil exclusive, and it's hard to come by. The only thing that it has on it is a logo on the roof that could probably easily be taken off with acetone nail polish remover. Not really acetone, it's nail polish remover, but I know some of them have acetone, but I think the acetone would eat the paint up too, not just the tampo. So I got the just regular nail polish remover from Dollar General, and I've showed you guys in other videos how I remove tampos. That's the stuff that I use to remove the vinyl top and such off of this car. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. Now moving along to the cars we're unboxing today, the I guess arch rival of the General Lee would probably be Roscoe P. Coltrane's 77 Plymouth Fury cop car that goes along with the 75 Monaco that we unboxed a couple weeks ago that would have been driven by Enos or Cletus, depending on what season it was. And then you had this guy. And I think some of the other guys had this year of Monaco or Fury also. So let's go ahead and get this thing out and take a look at it. All it has is Fury on the package. I guess the packages that are done like this, with that dirt road and the house in the background, is all related to the Dukes of Hazzard show. So like all the other Monacos, Furies, Coronets, and stuff that you see, those are from other police departments that had come to Hazzard County to chase the Dukes, or the Dukes had ended up in their county. I remember Capital City, that green and white cop car, I think the black sheriff used to drive it. That one I would like to get and add to the collection, because I remember seeing that one a few times in the Dukes of Hazzards. Now, some of the other ones I have, like the Osage County, the blue and white Fury, I don't remember that one. But this one, yeah, I remember this one. This was probably in every single episode, just like the General Lee. So this is a really good one to have to put behind the General and do some kind of, I don't know, diorama. I would like to do like a boar's nest building, if possible, one day, and just have them all sitting there in the parking lot, and pick up Daisy's Jeep and Jesse's truck and Cooter's tow truck one day. Now the next one we have is from the Hazzard lineup. It is Boss's Eldorado. Now, this is not the one from the TV show. The true fans will remember that. The one from the TV show was a 70 Cadillac DeVille convertible. This is the one that Burt Reynolds drove in the movie that had Johnny Knoxville in it, and what is it, Sean Tyler, I think is his name, something like that. But anyways, the guy from American Pie. So, anyways, yeah, this is the car from the movie, not the show. But we can't get a newer model of the 70 DeVille in convertible form that they've made to replicate Boss's Caddy from the show. So this is the best thing that we got, and it is really nice looking. They did a fantastic job with it. The car is huge. It is very long, like the original ones. So it does seem to be true to scale. And once again, they did make it Boss's car. As you can see, these big longhorn cattle horns on the front of the header panel above the grill. Looks really cool. So yeah, this is definitely a very cool piece to have if you're gonna do some kind of Dukes theme. And as you can see, all the details are there. The interior is very nicely done. The seats, you can see all the details with the stitching and stuff. Well, not the stitching exactly, but the lines where the seats were rolled and pleated and things like that. And then nice detail on the dash and the steering wheel. The wheels are very nicely done. As you can see, the center of the wheel is white to match the Caddy's paint job, and you get the Cadillac emblem right in the middle of the wheel. The thin white wall tire, beautiful detail in the grill. The headlights are a little plain, but not bad. And then moving back to the back part of the car, the tail lights, the rear part of the car is very nicely done. All the lights, markers, and things like that are there. So they did do a very nice job. Even the Eldorado badge is there. So very pretty Cadillac. And that is it for our Dukes of Hazzard video. I just wanted to show you guys my custom and unbox these two and such. So now we have this lineup here. We do have, as I mentioned, what I would call the police car of the deputy. There, it's a 74, 75 Monaco. And then Roscoe, the sheriff, is a 77 Fury. Then the car of Boss is the one from the movie, but it'll do. And then my custom Greenlight, General Lee. And Johnny Lightning does make a nice one from when we didn't have the rule against making products with the Confederate flag. And also the newer releases where Hobby Shots had taken them and opened them and applied stickers of their own on them. They have a dirty one. They have a clean one. They're all nice, but the problem with the Johnny Lightning one, it's not true to scale. It's probably, I don't know, maybe half an inch shorter than the Greenlight one. It's very obvious. They're very small compared to like the Greenlight Charger or even the Hot Wheels Charger. The Hot Wheels Charger is pretty close to the same size as Greenlight, but it may be a tad bit smaller, but not much at all. It would pass, put it that way. But I just wanted to be a little bit different and do a Greenlight one because I know not many people have done Greenlight customs because of the things I pointed out. The detail that they had at one point, it's hard to redo all of that. So it's good to find one that is orange and you can save the orange paint. I was really worried about the vinyl top coming off, but it worked out okay. As I said, it's the Goodyear release. You can still get them. They're readily available on eBay, probably somewhere between $9 to $15, something like that. And all the stuff that I used is very easy to come by. The paints for detailing the interior and undercarriage you can find in the craft section at Walmart. The wheels are from M2 truck model kits, and the brush guard is a modified M2 unit. So it's not like these pieces are hard to find to make. It looked good. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will be back again on Friday. Friday, we're going to be cracking open some Greenlight Christine cars. Not Christine herself, but the supporting vehicles from the movie. So be sure to tune in for that, and thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your week.